Okay? And then you have the ileum. The ileum is in the lower part and is 10 to 13 feet long. We have, so far, I just counted 10 feet for the duodenum, 10 to 12 inches from the duodenum, and the ileum is 10 to 13 feet. All that is inside of us. And then we have the large intestine. So here in the book, in 34 and 35, you'll be able to see, you'll also be able to see the pancreas, how it looks, and the ducts that connect the pancreas. It gives you a different perspective in there, but it's quite long.
Maybe another question. I just want to see the connection. Is there a connection between well, of course there's a connection from the brain to the stomach, but
yes.
As far as the acid produced, is there a reason why people under a lot of stress have stomach pains and may produce ulcers or
yes.
something like that?
There is a connection because when your body is under stress, your brain automatically goes on the mode, protection mode. So your brain knows it's under stress. Your brain knows it's under danger. Something's happening. So what it does is it accelerates your heart. And the moment it accelerates your heart, and your blood pressure also can go up slightly higher, it automatically makes your stomach work harder. So your body goes on a warning. Something's up. So it gets ready for a fight. It gets ready for something bad to happen. Something's going to happen. So automatically it protects itself and it starts building up. So it starts burning more fat. Also, I should be thin by now, but I'm not. It also starts producing more bile.
Okay.
And your stomach starts getting all riled up and it's empty. So this is where you get a lot. Now the ulcers are not due to necessarily to that. Most ulcers are due to H. pylori. It's a bacteria. So H. pylori is a bacteria. And this is a bacteria we see in foods that have been not processed really well, that were not cooked well, or they were touched with some junk, like fecal matter, things of that nature. So one of the things, the H. pylori, normally H. pylori goes away on its own. Most of us have been exposed to H. pylori because we eat outside, we eat at restaurants, we eat everywhere, right? But it normally goes away. The body takes care of it. But occasionally it doesn't, and it sits in the wall of the stomach and starts eating it away. And that's what we call like erosions. It looks like ulcers inside. So like the regular skin ulcers. That's what an ulcer down there looks, just like a skin ulcer that is open and stuff. But remember, we cannot have an ulcer in the stomach because that acid that is in there is going to be able to go right through. So if there's an opening in the lining of the stomach, then that acid now has an extra opening. Doesn't have that protective layer anymore. So now it's going to go right through, and it can perforate your stomach, which is extremely dangerous, because that acid will then burn wherever it drops, it burns all the intestines in this case, most of the intestines and part of your bladder and things like that. And so it's very, very dangerous, and you get very, very sick.
For the reason when somebody gets shot, they die quickly.
If they're in the stomach and it ruptures, yeah. The same thing if the gallbladder ruptures. When the gallbladder ruptures, the bile, this stuff is okay to be in there as long as it's contained within its proper container. But the moment it gets pulled out, whether it ruptures because of the infection was so bad, then it spreads everywhere. So once you get even as tiny as the gallbladder is, or the appendix, which is right behind there. The appendix is all the way on this side right there, underneath all this stuff. Right there. See right there is this little tiny thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
What does the appendix do?
The appendix tells, yeah. they believe the appendix had a major job before,
Right.
but with the time, with the time, I'm sorry, what is it?
The appendix is the most useless, most dangerous thing you have in your body.
Yeah, it's like, well, it's useless now, but we believe that, at one time it did have a purpose. We think that through the thousands of years, our body has sort of mutated and, gotten used to, we know that animals do that, right? We know that animals who were not able to fly 300 years ago and needed to fly to get food, somehow started developing wings or ways to fly. So we know that humans went through some sort of process. We also have a gland right underneath here that we don't use. It's useless. And they think it was needed before because we used to eat raw meat. But so we think that maybe this was related to that too. That gave some sort of enzyme that needed for raw meat.
What happens when you eat chewing gum? Because you're telling your stomach
Yeah, that something's
that
coming.
something's coming, but nothing
Yeah.
comes.
It's not really, chewing gum is not the best thing for you, and because you are sending the wrong message to your stomach, and the stomach's just producing the acid. So if you already have a sensitive stomach, like with inflammation from, acid and stuff like that, you're irritating a little bit more than that. So you're sending the wrong message in the body. And if you notice, you chew gum, you feel good right then and there, but shortly afterwards, your stomach starts rumbling again, like I want food, unless you swallow your gum and you tease it, and now it has to take away, now it has to stretch out that gum and melt it away. So, you're giving it a teaser, and basically. But if you have irritation in your stomach, like H. pylori or gastritis, chronic gastritis, chronic inflammation of your stomach is associated with stomach cancer. That doesn't mean that if you get gastritis, you'll get stomach cancer, but it means that if you don't take care of it and you keep getting it and not take care of it, it increases your chances almost by half of getting stomach cancer. So you have to be very careful with that. Let's see what else we were gonna talk. The intestines also have, if you look in your atlas, it tells you all the colon, the different names that we have for different locations of the colon. This is your large intestine, the one that is outside. Okay, this is the large one, and the one in the middle, that is many miles long, is your small intestine. Okay. This basically tells you the different, the stuff that the small intestine does. I'm repeating it again. The contents, the liver produces the bile, stores it in the gallbladder. So this bile is squeezed out at mealtime, and via the ducts to reach the intestines and mix the fat in your food. Finally, all of the digestive nutrients are absorbed through the walls, and the waste goes to the large intestine. So fiber is really important. Fiber helps your waste to move out of the way. It doesn't have a nutritional value, but it has a very important job. Fiber is extremely important for your intestines in order to keep moving. We are not meant to be constipated. Constipation is not healthy for you. You need to make your body go to the bathroom every day or at least every other day. Some people go to the bathroom. For a doctor, a stomach doctor, they will love when a patient says, "Oh, I'll go to the bathroom twice a day or 3 times a day." That's perfect. That means that you're eating. Every time that you eat, you go to the bathroom.
That's bad.
That's bad.
That's right.
Yeah, because I have chronic diarrhea. I
You have Crohn's?
I don't have any idea. But
Did you get tested?
every time I go to the toilet, I have to poop.
You say
That is a
chronic
problem.
Now, I
diarrhea.
have a question. Do you?
It's soft.
I'm sorry. Is it like water?
Little bit water, little bit soft, little bit yellow, little bit.
Okay.
Yeah. I tell the doctor, but the doctor didn't do anything.
You need fiber.
I need fiber, but I put everything.
I'll tell you why. You need fiber, The reason why you need fiber is to bulk it up, to make it thicker. So usually the stomach doctor will ask you to add fiber to your diet so that it won't be that loose, so it will be more consistent and it won't come as often.
Okay.
So, and buy the fiber that you just melted is see-through. Metamucil? Metamucil is one, and, but the other one is, I'm trying to, Citrazone? No.
Right.
There's one that is fiber that's see-through, and you just add it to your water, it doesn't taste like anything at all, nothing at all. And you just add it to water, you add it to your coffee, you add it to your tea, it doesn't taste like anything, and it is really helpful, and it bulks it up more. So you're not gonna go looser, you're gonna go thicker, and that's what you want. So you don't go as often. You should ask to go to see a stomach doctor.
But I did tell the doctor say, didn't say anything.
You went to a stomach doctor?
No, I tell my PCP.
Okay, tell them you wanna see a stomach doctor.
Uh-huh.
Go to a PCP and say, I want a referral to a stomach doctor. I don't feel good, I need to get checked.
But I started like very little, like 10 years old.
Yeah,
Until now, but I'm 27 years.
yeah, something's up.
Okay.
Something's up. To go to the bathroom 3 times a day is not bad, as long as it's not watery, but it has a consistency, as we call it. So that's important, to have consistency. People with Crohn's disease are constantly, it's like water coming out of them, they go 5-6 times a day. And that's why they lose so much weight, because everything they eat just sort of goes right through them. So they don't absorb any vitamins, they don't absorb fat, they don't absorb anything, they lose a great deal of weight. Yes?
So you say 2-3 times a day is good, right?
Yeah, that's what, that's what the stomach doctor suggests.
Yeah.
At least once a day, at least once a day. Now, once, all the waste products so here, the waste products of this process include undigested parts. Let's get gross, things like undigested. We cannot, for some reason, we cannot process corn. And it comes out exactly the same.
But I love it.
I love corn, but, yeah, and it's like, the body does not like corn. It goes right through you. And, so we should listen to it, but I love corn.
It has no nutrients?
So, it has no nutrients, and it includes undigested parts, so that corn would be an undigested part. Also, have you eat like carrots, and you eat them in big chunks? A lot of times you actually poop out the chunks of carrots, because it's too hard. You need it, but if you blend it, or you in soup, or something like that, it doesn't happen. You also have seen like, red peppers or things like that also is something that we don't, for some reason, we poop out too. Yes.
That's what they say that corn can lead to colon cancer, right?
What is it?
That's what they say that, corn can lead to colon cancer because the body doesn't process it.
No, it actually makes you just move your poop out. No, but it doesn't, it's not really, it's not related to colon cancer. No, but it is because it doesn't get processed, you just poop it out. So it doesn't do anything. So this is known as fiber, and also you get rid of all the older cells that are in your intestines with the mucosa. Your body cleans out everything. Every day you get cleaned out, every day. So the mucosa that was there this morning, when you poop, it goes right out, old cells die, new cells go in, all that is a process constantly, we're constantly. The materials are propelled into the colon, where they remain for 1 to 2 days. It all depends on your digestive system. Some people, if they're more on the constipated side, will not move their bowels for 2-3 days. I know people once a week, that's pretty bad. That's not really good for you. While all this is inside of you, if you don't drink enough water, and normally constipation is due to the lack of water and fiber. So if you don't drink enough water, your intestines have nothing to work with, so it can't push it through with the water. So that's something that happens. So once you have a bowel movement, your intestines are all cleaned out, but the intestines